Alright everyone, I want to thank you all so much for watching this video here along California Highway 270, also just known simply as Bodie Road. And here are just a few pictures of when me and my grandpa went to Bodie in July of 2023. Me and my grandpa originally wanted to go to Bodie during our Highway 395 road trip back in June, but unfortunately the road leading up to Bodie didn't even open until July 1st of this year because it was such a wet winter. We actually went up to Bodie after we crossed Sonora Pass. Check out that video if you haven't already, by the way. So Bodie is hands down one of the best preserved ghost towns in the United States. So Bodie is in a state of arrested decay, and what that basically means is that all of the building's roofs, windows, and foundations are repaired and stabilized but not fully restored to what they would have looked like back in the day. Roughly 5% of all of the buildings from the 1877 to 1881 heyday and boom period remain here in Bodie today. Obviously, a lot of the buildings were destroyed through vandalism, looting, and of course there were a few fires in Bodie as well throughout the years. I believe there was like 2 fires that hit in Bodie around like the end of the 19th century and beginning of 20th century. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe there was 2 fires. But yeah, it's just really amazing to see that this much of the town exists, and it's just only a fraction of what the town would have looked like when it was fully populated during that boom period. They said Bodie had a population of roughly between 7,000 and 8,000 people between 1877 and 1881, which actually made it the largest city in California east of the Sierra Nevada mountain range at the time. And the town actually had a pretty stable population of over 1,000 people until the very end of the 19th century. Of course, Bodie's mines were in operation all the way up until 1942, when World War II basically shut down all of the mines in the United States because they needed all the metals and stuff like that for the war effort. But yeah, after all the mines shut down, it was just really sad what happened to Bodie because it was getting looted and vandalized really bad. But the last landowner of Bodie, of course, his name was James S. Kane, hired caretakers to help protect and preserve this town from further looting and stuff like that. And it's because of his actions that we have all these incredible buildings still standing here in Bodie today. And then of course when California took over the town beginning in 1962 and turned it into a state park, they've obviously kept up the town here pretty well, as you can see. And right here you just have really awesome views looking out towards the south and east from Bodie, because like I said, Bodie is like elevated on a high plateau, so it sits very high in elevation and you get really awesome views of the Sierra Nevada mountains from Bodie, especially if you're looking westbound and you're driving back on Highway 270. As was the case with most western mining towns, Bodie had quite the reputation back in the day for its lawlessness and just really having no rules and people pretty much doing whatever they wanted. There's just so many stories of things that happened at Bodie and everything like that. And man, I just would have loved to have been here during this time period and just seeing what this town was like, because just seeing how all these old buildings are just still intact is just really amazing to me. So yeah, if there was another excursion I would highly recommend taking off Highway 395, I would definitely recommend spending at least a couple hours in Bodie. You probably need at least 3 or 4 hours just to really take in the town and see what it has to offer. And you can honestly spend an entire day here and not really see everything. Like, there's just really a lot to take in here. And one thing to note about Bodie, that if you go here, there are absolutely no services because it's a ghost town, it should go without saying. And the nearest town, of course, is Bridgeport, and they have a few hotels and a handful of places to eat and really expensive gas. So yeah, just try to plan out this trip a little bit better than me and my grandpa did, because we only spent about an hour here and that was nowhere near enough time to really see everything. So plan this out in advance, and you really want to spend at least a couple hours here to experience Bodie and see everything it has to offer. Alright folks, I really hope you all enjoyed this video here driving up to Bodie, and then these few clips that me and my grandpa recorded while we were in the town visiting, of course. I really want to come back here and show more of what Bodie has to offer, because we only saw like a small percentage of everything that there is to see here. Alright folks, I want to thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you all have an amazing day. Take care everyone. Thank you so much for watching.